The housing market hasn't crashed yet, but when will it? Hey, welcome back to Living in Vancouver and Camas, Washington YouTube channel. I'm your host, Hannah Dubyne, and I'm glad you're here today because we're talking about the housing market. If you've been watching my videos for a little while, you know that I'm a realtor and hey, I love the housing market. So that's what I'm talking about today. And I'm specifically talking about Clark County, Washington, because that is my area of expertise and my area of service. By the way, you should sign up for our weekend email, Weekend Happenings with Hannah. We're gonna have the link down below. We post about the best 3 to 5 events happening every single weekend, and it's awesome. So let's talk about this because recently, the last 6 months or so, I've been seeing a lot of doom and gloom headlines in the mainstream news. CNN and Fox News and Forbes Business, etc. They're all saying all the time that the housing market is going to crash. And the reality is those headlines are made to get clicks. So a lot of times you'll click on them, or I'll click on them, and then I'll read into them further and I'll find that whatever their headline is actually contradicted by what's in their piece. So they're looking for clickbait. And the second thing I'll say is that what's happening nationally with the real estate market, or what's happening on the East Coast or the Midwest, isn't necessarily happening in Clark County. The real estate market is so different from area to area, even just over the river here in Portland. It's honestly a different market than Clark County. The number one thing right now that is not causing our housing market to crash and will keep it from crashing for probably a very long time is the extreme lack of inventory. Right now, we have 1.9 months of inventory in Clark County, and it's been ticking up from I think it started in January at 0.6 or something like that. It's been ticking up steadily since then, since the beginning of 2023, but it's still very low. In a balanced housing market, right? This is pre-COVID, like 2017, 18, 19. They say we need 6 months of inventory. It would take 6 months to sell through all the homes available for sale. But you gotta think, people have 2 and 3 and 4% interest rates in a rate environment where right now new rates are 7% plus. They are holding on to their low mortgage rate. If you're one of those people right now, you probably feel the same. You want to stay in your current home as long as possible. And so while that was awesome when it happened and it made affordability boom, it's actually created a massive, massive problem that is going to pain us for probably a decade. And there is just not going to be housing available, and it is actually going to make housing substantially more expensive. So you may be saying, Hannah, let's just build a crap ton of homes. Let's just build everywhere, and then we're going to get back to more inventory. I love the thought, and of course, as a realtor, I would love to see more homes built because we do have a lack of homes here in Clark County, not just for sale, but for people to live in. But unfortunately, the building process is a lot more bureaucratic and a lot more expensive and complicated than you might think. It is easy to look at builders and say, they're greedy, they're pocketing $500,000 per house, they're just making these crap houses, and hey, some of them are out there not making great houses, specifically the national builders. But a lot of the builders, especially the local ones, they're doing a good job and their margins are tight. Builder margins are these days 10% or less, and they're taking on a huge risk to get there. And it takes so long to get through the county processes to make these subdivisions happen. So please believe me, builders want to catch up to that inventory issue. It's just really difficult to. I wanted to share this stat with you from Morningstar. 91% of homeowners right now have an interest rate lower than 6%. As the time of me filming this, interest rates are above 7%. 91% have an interest rate that's already a whole point lower than what it is currently. People are holding onto their mortgages, and that is not helping our inventory issue, which is not going to allow the market to crash. There's not an excess of housing. It's not possible. Also, building starts are behind right now. Not only do we not have enough new homes available right now, we're not starting enough to catch up in 3, 5, and 10 years. Another tangential issue to the low interest rates of the last 3 years is that owners are keeping their home as a rental. So they are taking even more inventory off of the market. So you got to think, if you bought your first home in, somewhere between 2020 and 2023, or even before that and you refied. Say it's a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bathroom house, it's 2,000 square feet, it's a very common size rental for here in Clark County, and your mortgage is really low, maybe your mortgage is less than $2,000 a month, you're easily gonna cash flow on that property. So you're gonna keep that home and turn it into a rental and then go buy your next home. That house is not coming back on the market for people to buy. So it is further contributing to our inventory issues. Once again, making it so that a crash is not coming anytime soon. I've had quite a few clients ask recently, Hannah, what percentage of buyers in Clark County are cash buyers? This differs a lot from market to market. A lot of the really big hot markets in the nation are heavily cash. I just pulled up the stats on the MLS the other day, September 2023, and it looks like about 20% of our buyers here are cash. So hopefully that helps you understand our market a little bit more. So I know there's still some of you skeptics out there saying, Hannah, you know, we're gonna have a wave of foreclosures, we're gonna have a wave of short sales, and I'm sure foreclosures and short sales are going to go up a little bit over the next couple years because moratoriums are over, inflation is high, wages are not increasing with how housing costs are, but I'm very doubtful there's going to be a massive influx of short sales and foreclosures. Reason being that since 2019, which is 4 years ago from when I'm filming this, the housing market in Clark County has increased 44%. 44% in just 4 years. That is a lot. People have equity in their homes even if they can't pay their mortgage, and so they're gonna be able to sell it as long as they are really not, you know, kicking themselves. They're gonna be able to sell it and hopefully at least break even or profit or whatever. They shouldn't have to go, in most circumstances, into foreclosure or short sale. Those are really the main things I wanted to share with you today. I never want to be the realtor that's saying, it's always a good time to buy, it's always a good time to sell, the market's always great, la la la, sunshine and rainbows. I'm just here to deliver the facts of what is happening, and I'm here to talk to you about Clark County. And Clark County is behind on housing right now, and we are not doing that great of a job keeping up. I can tell you that this market, unless we have some exterior forces, is probably going to increase 3 to 5% every year for the next few years. If you want more information on Clark County, if you want more statistics or reports, I can run those for you. Reach out to me, text me, DM me on Instagram, or send me an email. Happy to get them for you. And if you're thinking about moving to or within Camas, Vancouver, or Clark County, we'd love to be of service to you. So again, shoot us a text, a DM, or an email. We thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week.